Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Neuraspace channel, where we dive into topics of space sustainability, space situational awareness, and space traffic management. I'm Thomas Eggenweiler, Commercial Director of Neuraspace, and I will be your host today. In today's episode, we're going to explore what challenges one of the largest satellite operators in LEO is facing and how Neuraspace product and services are helping them to meet these challenges. For that purpose, we have a very special guest with us today. I would like to welcome Zach Bowles from Spire. Thank you very much for joining us here today, Zach.
Hi, Thomas. Pleasure to be here.
Can you tell the audience a little bit what Neuraspace products you're using and how are you using these products?
Yes, we're typically using Neuraspace for maneuver screening. So whenever we decide to engage our propulsion units on satellites to conduct an orbital maneuver to change the attitude or orbit, we'll have Neuraspace validate that maneuver, make sure that it's going to not cause any traffic problems and any conjunctions with existing satellites in similar orbits, then give us feedback that we can use to better plan either additional maneuvers or changing the current maneuver that we would like to.
What would you say, what are the problems that our products are solving for you, and why are these problems relevant to you?
Many customers have been asking us for maneuver screening as part of the contracts, and we also expect that this sort of a thing will become more of a request from either regulatory agencies or just overall kind of space situational awareness communities to have these screenings and making sure that you're good neighbors to your other satellite operators. So this fills a gap that we don't currently have within the company as space situational awareness and product screening and maneuver checking. So that helps us make sure that we're fulfilling those needs from customers and from our own desires to be good neighbors with other low Earth operators.
Zach, what would you say do you like most about our products, or you can also expand it to the company and the team you're working with?
Yeah, thanks, Thomas. The relationship with Neuraspace is really interesting for me. This is one of my first as the kind of lead of the operations team to interact with a commercial company like this. And my expectation going into this was more of a traditional kind of software relationship where you might interact once a quarter, once a year, something like that, where you've met, you've talked about what your expectations and what your desires are from a commercial entity. They go off and do development things, and then you come back later, months later usually, and just kind of catch up and make sure that everything's on track and it's what you're expecting to see from the products. But this has been different. It's been really interesting and more sincere and personable to have you guys meeting with us on a weekly basis, and we're going over kind of where we are in our SSA and the challenges that we're trying to solve, and then you guys are coming to us with your development plans and what you're working on and what you're currently solving, and we just kind of work together on what we expect to get out of our relationship. And that's really fulfilling to have that kind of a more personable relationship with a company.
I think before you selected Neuraspace as a space traffic management platform, you looked at many other platforms before. What would you say? Why did you choose us? What were the main reasons?
Yeah, a couple. It just worked out perfectly that you were in the right development stage in your company, and we were in the right development stage of our preparedness for maneuvers and maneuver screening, that we would work sort of perfectly in our developmental stages. The other thing was just the again, kind of the personal touch that you guys had. Other companies were willing to maybe do again a quick call about what the expectations were, then set off on their own development tasks. But it was important to us and to you to kind of meet more regularly and establish a relationship and make sure that everyone's on the same page as we both develop our needs and our processes.
And next to the space traffic management platform, Neuraspace Pro, we also did something together in one of the previous launches you had on one of the transporters on SpaceX. So we did some LEO support. Can you tell the audience a little bit what we did there and what challenges we faced there?
With Neuraspace, with you guys to help us locate an asset to give us better performance tracking. And through your observational network, you're able to provide a TLE for us that was able to confirm our location and what we expected with the asset. So it's a really big help and interesting to leverage your network for that.
Now, looking a little bit into the future, how do you see our relationship, or how would you like our relationship to go forward?
Maybe working toward interesting features that you would like to test out. Maybe we can be kind of beta testers for that. As we increase in our needs in space situational awareness, we can begin to approach you with concepts that you might want to grow into providing for other customers, and we can continue to engage in this sort of development and personal relationship side of things, which is really enjoyable.
Final question I would like to ask you, what would be your advice on how we can improve our partnership or our product or partnership with you in the future in general?
I would just suggest continue what you're doing. I really appreciate, again, the straightforwardness and the challenges you're approaching and how you're solving them, and keeping in constant communication with us about what you're working on, your development cycles, and the velocity of those cycles. So we always know what to expect of you and when, and what's going on with your roadmap, and comparing that with our own. And that kind of a thing, I think, is really valuable to us for sure, and hopefully to other customers, and knowing that they can count on you to deliver when you say, and that they have the ability to interface with you on not only a more personal, professional level, but on a development kind of level.
Zach, I would like to thank you very much for this very insightful conversation. I learned a lot today, even though we were talking almost every week. I mean, I'm still learning and how we can improve, and how we're using our systems and products. Thank you very much for being us today.
Thank you. I really appreciate the time, and it's been a pleasure working with you so far. I hope to keep it going for a while.
So too. Thank you.